So today I have for you this tutorial on how to create this sunny, banana milkshake, freckly winged liner vibe that you have here in front of you. So I'm going to show you a few ways to make freckles and how to do a liner. So we're going to start by prepping the skin with some Fix Plus, and then we're going to be putting on some Strobe cream, which is a lovely illuminating, hydrating moisturiser. This is the peachy one. So with every tutorial, I pretty much start by carving out the brows with a nice creamy concealer. This is the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15. I just kind of carve underneath my brow and then pull the colour down and blend with my finger to give me a nice base. So for our actual base, we're going to be taking Plouise base in Rumour, which is shade 2. And I'm buffing that on with a nice fluffy dense brush. This is a 224 by MAC. And I'm just going to wing that out because we'll be taking our shadow there. Don't forget to put some under your eye too. And the palette we're going to be using is this lovely Jeffree Star one called Jawbreaker. And I'm taking this shade Cone, which is a nice sort of peachy matte tone. And I'm just blending that through the crease. And this will work as a transition colour between our skin and the yellow shade we're going to use. So I'm going to take a yellow liquid lipstick. This one is Queen Bee, again by Jeffree Star. And I'm buffing that all over the lid and blending that into the Cone shade. Just to really make everything super duper vibrant. I'm literally just using the same brush so it's nice and easy and I'm not using too many things. We're now taking the star of the show, which is this beautiful bright yellow matte shade called Wow from the palette, and I'm going to be stamping this all over the lid and pulling the colour outwards where we put that Queen Bee base. You really didn't need the liquid lipstick, but I just really wanted to make it pop. Don't forget to go back in with Cone just to diffuse the edge, and don't forget to apply it under your eye too. We're then taking this shimmery yellow called Lemon Drop, and I'm just wetting my brush first and stamping on some of that in the inner corner. And while the area is damp, I'm going to be pressing on even more pigment with my finger. I feel like this method just works really well to make it nice and poppin'. So now we're going to do our liner. I'm taking Blacktrack by MAC and a 210 skinny liner brush, also by MAC, sorry, all the MACs. And I'm going to be first masking out my line on the top of my lid, like so. And then we're going to pull a very thin line outwards, just like so. And then we're going to place the brush back on that line and bring it in, as you saw. And then you want to fill it in. So you always want to do a very faint line winging outwards, then you want to bring that line back in, and then you want to fill it in. And you can see I apply quite a lot of pressure when I put my brush down and when I pull it out, and that just gives you more confidence in your line and it will make it sharper too. And then just thickening the lid line because I want to create quite a nice thick liner as a real big statement.
I don't know if anyone's ever owned this concealer, but I just dropped it on the concrete floor and it didn't break. So the makeup gods are with me today. Thank the Lord. That was scary.
I'm now taking the Plouise base and I'm just taking a liner brush and placing that in my waterline. I'm not sure if you can actually use it this way, but it felt fine and it stayed on. So I'm curling my lashes and then I'm applying some Eyelash Primer. This is a product I also use on my brows, but this is its actual meaning to make your lashes nice and thick. So I'll leave that on for a bit. Now we're going to go back to the skin. So I'm actually going to do more of a full coverage look today, but still using face and body. So I apply a layer of C1 and C2 first, quite thin. And then I'm actually going to mix in a bit of Prolongwear concealer, which is kind of like a medium to full concealer. And I actually mix the two together and then apply it again with my hands. And that first base of the face and body just makes it nice and sheer and natural. For the concealer under my eye, I'm taking some NW28 for colour correction. And then I'm taking that Prolongwear concealer under my eyes too. I will list all the product names down below, so don't worry about that. And then I'm just going to buff it out. It's basically through the centre of my face to give myself coverage there. Otherwise I like the rest of my skin to look fairly natural, which is why I always use a face and body. So I'm going to set under the eye in the T-zone with some loose powder. This is a Studio Fix Perfecting Powder, again by MAC. Then we're going to fix past the face again. I do that a lot this video. I'm going to bronze up the cheeks, just to give us a nice bronzy look and a bit of a contour because this is quite a bright colour. And I'm also going to do Majolan too. We're actually going to go with a matte blush. This one is called Melba, which is a really beautiful peachy tone. And you can see I'm applying it quite heavily to the apples and down the centre of my face. Well, this is more Fix Plus. And then we're going in with our highlighter, which is soft and gentle. I think I used all MAC for my face. I'm really sorry, that's just my vibe. And then I'm going to apply some mascara. Of course I do two because I'm an extra biche. And this is In Extreme Dimension on top and then Extended Play on the bottom. One's just thicker and one's more separating. So that's why I use one on the top and one on the bottom. But yeah.
So, you know, I just said I didn't smash my concealer. I now just smashed my concealer. I want to cry.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Devastating. So now I'm just going back to that primer, the Lash Maximiser, and I'm brushing my brows up and pushing them up with my finger, and then going in with Shade and Shape Brow Tint. I will be doing a live with a blog page soon about how to do fluffy brows in more depth, so look out for that. I'll definitely let you know when that is occurring. So I showed you this last time in my last tutorial, and this is just how to create some freckles using that same felt tip. So you just want to splash them on the skin, press them in with your finger. The second method is using eyeshadow. So from that same palette, I'm taking the shade Tasty, and I'm using a little liner brush and literally doing the same effect where I stamp on the colour and then press it in with my finger and move it around the skin. That creates a little bit of a sheerer freckle. And then I'm going to show you a third method. It is kind of good to do different methods or different tones because it gives it a more realistic feel. This is just like a nice warm brown eyeliner, and this one's called Costa Riche by MAC. So it gives you three kind of variations of frecks. Now I'm going to our lips, and this is Boldly Bare, which is a lovely peachy tone. As you can see, the elements in this look, I've added peachiness to complement the yellow. And I'm just overlining the lips because who doesn't do that these days? Don't forget to do your bottom. And then I'm using Kind of Sexy, which is a lovely matte nudie peach shade, of course, because this is peachy vibes with our Milkshake. And then my all-time favourite gloss is Love Nectar, which again, you guessed it, is peachy, so pop that on top. For lashes, I've actually stacked two pairs, which is number 2s and number 35s. Again, oh my goodness, shock the price from MAC. And I'm going to pop those on, they're nice and fluffy. And of course, more fix close. And you're done. I hope you like this more like fun wearable look. It's not too crazy, but it's still fun.